Welcome back to another episode of Groovitate, episode 9. Magandang buhay sa'yo lahat. Here I am with another Yo Llama session, trying to do a few more heart openings, trying to open up the nasal passages with these back bends and different positions, trying to open up the glutes and create a sequence. Very nice, a sample of Guru from Gangsta there. Rest in peace, Guru. Just trying to find moves and positions that help me stretch, but here we are back with Silent J and Jace XL from their Boiler Room sessions, November 2016. And these swooners, man, Jace XL's whole crooning and his whole vibe, man, like, it's, man, just, even as I'm commentating on my own dancing here in the least narcissistic way, I'm grooving, man. Just nodding from the head, allowing that to move, transfer into the shoulders, chest, stomach, hips, knees. And here I am, like, really milking it out, and and I'm fisting because I'm gripping onto that sound, man. And within that, I'm trying to find these little infinite 8 grooves, you know, snaky movements, and just really trying to keep in that pocket there, trying to get ahead of myself, using my space too, you know. Imagine you've had a few, you know, single malts, wasted half your earnings for the day, you're in a bar, and you're just getting loose, man. You know, showing off that certificate 5 and 0 fucks given. Now there's this thing, I don't know what it is, man, about like holding an article or holding a part of your garment there, you know, like I always have to lift my pants or my shorts to make sure I can get maximum movement out of my legs. It's an old habit. And I guess through some of my music experience, the way you're listening to the vocals, you kind of just predict certain sounds and rhythms that might happen. Like, duh. You know, just trying to go with that. That was a really short little interlude.
Melon, Melbourne to London.
Melon.
A rhythm session connecting that. Yo.
Silent J, you sick dude. Shout out to Silent J again. And Jace XL. Now this is the jam. It was not what I was expecting. And you see it in my face like, oh shit, what the fuck, this is a break. And I wasn't expecting to get into some b-boying right now. Rocking. So thank God for learning some house, because that really taught me about creating rhythms with the steps that you actually do. Heel toes, you know. Just that ill break. And finding as many ways to be able to rock those steps. And even while I'm doing some rocking and breaking steps, again, most important key is to just have it feel like butter, you know, still being relaxed, try not to be so tensed and forced with the steps, in my humble opinion. in my humble opinion. Just rocking those steps, hitting certain bits like when needed. Tang ina mo ka. Yes, sir. Chucking a bit of the Indian step there. Bit of, mambo number 4, straight into a burn. And those sections really allow you to sort of stop and space out what you're doing nice and neatly. Simple 2-step variations with the spin. And as things sort of climax, the steps start to get a lot more intense, a lot more accents. And the reason why we're b-boys and why we break out is because there's almost this need after hitting a climactic point that you want to get to the floor. Hey, shout outs to Michael Jackson there. Boom. Don't be afraid to try certain styles. I had this sort of like puppet, sort of creepy Igor character thing happening. So the boogaloo helps me out a lot. So it allows me to sort of like smoothly wave through an a cappella. And even Silent J just, giving these vocal very, very, very funk inspired, man. You see me clapping there because I'm just Silent J, you're a fucking sick cunt.
We all do.
Hi, Willow.
We all do.
Here we return, hitting the 7-minute mark of this particular session. Yes, it's a particular kind of like, I don't know, it's like its own vibe of funk and disco. It still rocks too, with that double kick. That's very rock. And that in turn just makes me feel like I gotta move a certain way and behave a certain way to this kind of music. For lack of better words, sorry, it's just, it's aggressively sexy. Here I am going into my boogaloo and popping. Tick in there for a minute, split it up. Now we're going into some like, Afrobeat kind of dance hall sort of vibes there, which in my honest opinion feels like works with this beat. Bang, shake a leg. Shout out to the black fellas in Palm Island that taught me the shake a leg. Hope you guys are doing well. Now we're just going sort of more into some basic steps and loosening up from the different grooves before. Whoa, 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 whoa. And so I guess because I've learned that sound pattern already, I'm trying to follow that whole vibe here. Such a short song, Silent J. What are you doing to us? how would you describe this rhythm? For me, it's very island. Almost Patsula with the step that I'm doing here from Africa. You know, and I used to think this step to be real cheesy, but I think when you're locking with this step, it just works. Here I am just sort of practicing some drills. I'm very bad with twirls on my left hand, but you know, I'm training. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to teach myself. And now it's gone to this slow groove, but I'm still moving in double time because of the little sort of treble funk sound at the back. Arpeggio up the top there. And I'm just trying to work those steps. And I was I was that elated that I jumped in the air, man, you know. And I'm chucking in a hyper speed James Brown there. I'm like, alright, let's go back to this. You know, I don't know what these steps are, man. Very, very, very tribal field-like steps. Got a lot of stomping, and now we're gone to the halftime. So now I can do sort of my take on today's kind of dances in my own old school fuckwit way. Oh man, I keep on forgetting the name of this step. Lamaroc. So I recommend you guys repeat this segment where things have gone infrared, and just try and dissect that for yourself. I'm going back to a simple pattern, just sort of hopping around. Wheeler, Alistian, get out of the way. But yeah, this bit here really seems to work with those steps that I was just doing. You know, very simple steps, but like there's a whole perhaps appropriateness about that. And it's funny I say that because, you know, I feel like for us in this modern day and age, with all this information and all these things we can learn, there's a lot of appropriation, cultural appropriation happening, which, you know, if you do your studies about why that's not a good thing, you know. But I think dance is where we can transcend that, so as long as we're not offending anybody, you know. And I guess what I'm trying to reconcile is that intersectionality between me being Filipino and me being an Australian, but then within that as well, of neither being either or, just trying to be in between that. You know, there's also the side of the Filipino that is indigenous, and there's so many tribes in the Philippines. It's like, what tribe am I from? My parents don't have that information. They didn't grow up like that in you know, post-colonialism of Spain into America. So here I am trying to rediscover my roots through dance, guys. So guys, thank you again for tuning into Groovitate episode 9. Make sure to click the link below to support your local artists, Silent J and JXL. Peace.